Hey Kim, how's it going? Wanted to show you Mr. Krieger working today with Amber. Amber helps me out every now and then, and she is doing a really good job with Krieger here today. So I want him to get used to working for different people. He's gonna work through this right here. So we're asking him for a down right here. And he's like, nope, don't want to do it. And so just to kind of give you some insight into what we've been doing. Good boy. We were working out in the street a minute ago, just at the end of the street here. There's some distractions, a dog across the street, some people coming home from work and everything. He was doing awesome. He was doing everything perfectly, downing perfectly, heeling really, really well, staying nice and focused. His heel is really nice here, but as soon as we got onto the grass, of course you can see all the stuff that's on the grass, and that's one of the things that he likes to do. He just likes to dart out and pick stuff up and get anything and everything he can in his mouth. And so when we moved onto the grass, it added that extra level of difficulty for him, and so that down right there was really tough. We're going to work through it again here. I didn't know if you were going to ask him for a down or not. But, you know, even just this healing has gotten a lot better with Amber here. You can see the leash is nice and loose. We're not going to drop the leash, even though you've seen him do some off-leash stuff, just because there are some dogs across the street. But this down, when he wants to stop and sniff or lick the ground or pick something up, we're correcting that. So, I want him to stay nice and focused on doing this obedience and holding this down and not using that fixation on things around him as an excuse to not do obedience, because he'll like try to find a stick or like look at the ground and lick the ground or sniff the ground, and he'll use that as a way to get out of the down. So all of a sudden he's just sniffing the ground, and then it turns into, oh, now I'm going to lunge and pick up that stick that's in front of me. And so I correct it right off the bat, and remind him, nope, you just have to down. And that might make him break it and get up a couple times like you saw with Amber, but we just work through it until he's just doing that down and not trying to fixate on anything with his mouth on the ground. I'm going to work through it again here. Good. Did he just want to stop and scratch right there? Okay. So when he wants to stop and scratch too, sometimes he'll do that with a correction. Sometimes he'll just do it to try to get out of heeling because that's easier. And what we do is just keep moving, and I'll use the e-collar as a correction. So next time, Amber, just keep walking. Maybe let the leash out a little bit as you walk away from him so he sees that movement. And that movement is a reminder of what he needs to be doing. But that e-collar correction stays on. So kind of trying to move away from being reliant on the leash. Good, much better down right there. Wants to shake his head a little bit, but, you know, circling around him here. Down. That's hard for him too, just adding those distractions of being able to circle around. And also this relationship of working with a new person, is making it more difficult for him. He's pushing her at every opportunity that he can. He's trying to find where she's going to let him get away with something, and that's, you know him, that's what he does. He tries to push, and he looks for those holes and tries to see where we're going to not follow through, and he's doing a good job. Amber's doing a good job following through with him, and this is a good example of his obedience is really awesome for me. You know, there's still some things that we're working through, of course, but you hand him to a new person and he's going to push. And so every time we hand him to a new person, that's what I've been trying to do, is get Joe to work him, get our other trainers to work him, have Amber work him. You know, people who know what they're doing, but people who are also going to be able to follow through. And you can see that heel is really, really nice. He's super focused. He's not being pushy. And his tail is getting lower and lower, because that tail up and high is a sign of adrenaline and pushiness, and just him being, you know, nice and cocky and confident. And as we work him and he gets more and more tired, that tail should drop and get lower and lower, because that indicates that he's more and more calm as that tail goes down. He's focused on doing obedience. Good job, buddy. So anyway, I know we've got a lot to talk about, but just wanted to show you that your boy is doing really good, and we are progressing. But you know him, he's a stubborn little guy, and he's getting big too. So I hope you're not missing this guy too much, and we'll talk to you soon.